Talk about the best adventure bike for little people. Stay with me. That's right. Many of you probably watched Ewan and Charlie go a long way around the world just like me and wanted to go out and buy an adventure bike. Then you looked in the mirror and realized you weren't 6'5" and could fit on a BMW GS, but you still wanted to be an adventure rider. My wife was just like that. My wife is 4'11", and let's just say that the choices of adventure bikes for her is limited. So for about a year or so, we went on a quest to find an adventure bike that would fit her and her inseam. So 411, like I said, doesn't give you a lot to work with. Pretty much any enduro bike out there, any bike that even pretends to want to go on the dirt, it's just going to be too high because every manufacturer wants to put really tall suspension on their dirt bikes or their adventure bikes. Within reason, obviously you want to have a lot of travel on an adventure bike, but you know, if you're inseam challenged, you're just kind of up the creek, man. You're not going to get on a bike. So we went to bike shows. We went to pretty much every dealership we can think of. I had her sit on, I don't know, almost every bike you could possibly think that would be a dirt bike, and we came up with nothing. But then finally I found a bike that fit her and that works great as an adventure bike. So what is that bike? I'm going to show you in a second. And here it is. It's a 2018 Honda Rebel 500. And you're going to tell me, whoa, a Rebel 500? How could that be an adventure bike? That's a cruiser or something like that. Well, look at it this way. When you say adventure bike, that's a pretty big definition. So let's define what adventure bike means to me and my wife. To us, an adventure bike is a bike that we can take traveling, pile a bunch of camping equipment on, go mainly down state highways and secondary roads, and then go down dirt roads if we really want to go down a dirt road. And this bike fitted to the T. It fit her and has enough power. It's a 43 horsepower engine, and she's taking it down dirt roads where I've taken my BMW Scrambler down with ease. She's followed me through the mountains of West Virginia, had more than enough power to keep up with me. And for her size, or for people that are vertically challenged, it is just a perfect adventure bike. Now if you look next to her, this is her other bike. That's her Sportster 1200T. It's a 2016. The seat height is actually, if you look at it, is a little bit lower, but it's a lot wider. So she needs to wear these boots that have like 2 inches built up underneath it just so she can flat foot. With the Honda, she just wears regular riding boots and touches the ground easily. Also, the Honda is a whole lot less heavy than the Sportster. She would never dream of taking that Sportster down on a gravel road. But the Honda, she just zips along. Last weekend, weekend before, we went 20, 30 miles at a good clip down dirt roads, and she kept up with me on my Beamer and another guy on a V-Strom and a lady on a GS 1200, and she kept up with us with no problem. I still have the original wheels. Those are the Dunlop 404s on them, which I'm not really particularly happy with Dunlops, but those go through the dirt. The next tire I put on, I'll get her a little bit more aggressive adventure thread. But yeah, this right here would make a beautiful adventure bike for any lady or someone of short stature. If you look at it, compared to my BMW, it's pretty close. You know, the handlebars are about the same, the seating position's the same. The foot pegs are just slightly forward of where my Scrambler is, but she's still able to stand up on it. We added a rack to it so she can carry camping supplies plus some throw-over saddlebags, which look pretty neat, and she loves it. The Rebel comes in 2 sizes, the 500, which is a twin cylinder like you're looking at here, and a 300. They're exactly the same size bike, but I would go, if you live in the United States, I would go with the 500. You just need a bike that can keep up with traffic. It doesn't weigh much more than the 300. and you get a whole lot more power. So I would step up to the 500. Like I said, in the United States, 500 cc's, that's about the minimum I'd want to be on, you know, to drive down highways. And she goes on the highway, she can keep up 70 miles an hour just easily. And then this bike also is real economical. Gets 75 miles to the gallon to 80 miles to the gallon, runs on just cheapo regular and regular unleaded. And it's just a sweet little bike. Really didn't cost all that much. And it comes with ABS brakes, so it's a lot safer. Her only other choice was to get like a real old bike and chop it and turn it into some kind of scrambler. But then, you know, it's the old technology. And this bike here, it's, other than changing oil, you know, there's really nothing you have to do to it, you know, other than, you know, normal upkeep items. So there you go. If you're a Lilliputian or a midget or whatever, and you're real short, like my wife, I call her my little hobbit, and you want to have an adventure bike, this is your choice right here. I really haven't found, like I said, I looked all around for all the different bikes. This one right here fits the T, and it'll get you down dirt roads. I mean, obviously it's not an enduro bike, or you're not going to ride the Dakar on it or anything stupid like that, but, you know, to go on a weekend adventure of camping and riding, that's the bike for you. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you do, give it a big like, subscribe, and we'll see you on down the road.